So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah! I'm coming, you can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel don't be afraid. Don't do that man with the scar on his face. It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is We hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, on my telescope now. Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? One thing right, I make two things wrong. If I want to stand by the line, I will always take the fall. If I just do the left, watch it lead from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? October, annular eclipse. Oh. Don't let your glasses fall off when there's a solar eclipse. You might hurt yourself. Let's try that again. Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? Are you ready for it? October 14th this year is an annular eclipse, followed by April, another total solar eclipse, and you can get your own branded AstroWorld telescope solar glasses made by American Paper Optics today on the website, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771. and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep educating. Thanks for this, guys. And we'll see you next time.
Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're feeling alone. Time and space can never afford. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back Seems to me that I've lost my friend.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel
happened to that man with the scar on his face? It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels it. And I feel what is real when she feels it. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be ya, I wanna see ya. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see, I wanna be. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
You're the lost Lone Ranger. Can I break this spell? You want things right, you want me to do things wrong. If I want to stand by the line, I will always take it wrong. If I just do them, watch it from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a crackers, pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else spring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me.
Yeah, right. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? We are here. Yeah, it's Friday night. It's the weekend. Yeah, here we go, Frankie. Here we go. And you know what? Where's Tom Peter? Tom Peter just got, and for those of you guys remember, Tom Peter made a purchase through AstroWorld Telescope. So I won't tell you what it is, but I put a little something extra in there, and maybe he'll say what it is in the chat.
Filter wrenches. You put some filter wrenches in there.
No, I saved the last set of filter wrenches for Dave because he's been asking me for a year, and you know,
year and a half. I think.
So I do have them in my packed box of new stuff already. So I will have that for you, Dave. No problem.
Nice.
How's it going? Nikon Jacks, Hershey Kisses. Yeah, there's more in there. There's more in there. There's more in there. You got to see. You got to open up the paperwork. So you got to get in there. Well, Matt, welcome. Averted Astronomy. How's it going? And who else we got? We got Corin all the way from Europe. How you doing? Tom Peter, Picture of the Year winner. Well, Star Lancer, Jason. Who else do I see in there? Norm Newman. And Dylan Reese was in there in the beginning. How's it going, everybody? All right, so we're here, and it's Friday night, and we're going to be chilling out. It's beginner's night, so we're chilling out tonight, and we're having a great time. And if you missed it, go check it out on the replay. Ron Breacher was with us 2 days ago, and we were hanging out with him for a couple of hours, and he was just getting over a COVID stretch, and he was actually feeling fine, but he stuck around for a little bit. So it's cool to have him talk a little bit about AI, talk a little bit about Blur Exterminator, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. It was a pretty cool interview. So tonight we do have Constellation night. We have the Seas tonight. We have I'm gonna blow this Cercinus. I don't know, in the south. Which one did you have, Eric? The other C?
Chema de la Paris.
Yeah, I didn't want to even try and pronounce that one.
Yeah, well, give me. Yeah, I'll get it.
Carmela Soprano. That's what it is. So so we got those two coming tonight. We got Dave with us tonight. Decided to pop on and hang out with us. So welcome again, Dave. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I don't see a lot of new people in the chat, so maybe I'll just forego a little bit my beginnings. There's only 12, I think, watching. Maybe we'll do it a little bit later. What do we got? 12. We got 12. That's like an all-time low. Get people on the chat. And you know what?
Yeah.
Another thing with these lovely YouTube algorithms, put stuff in the comments too.
Yeah.
Put stuff in the comment, not in the chat box, in the actual comment for the video. So just throw some stuff in there. Say, hey, great show tonight, guys, whatever. Throw some comments in there. It tells people that actually people are watching us and just not, turning it on and walking away to watch the next episode of, I don't know, This Is Us or whatever. So show that you're actually involved and engaged, and it helps a lot tonight. So yeah, the tongue-tied constellation. Yes, absolutely. So Eric, you were talking before a little bit about some ideas for tonight. We really didn't get a chance to say what those ideas were, but why don't you share a little bit?
Yeah, because this is Friday night and Friday night is newbie night, I wanted to continue talking a little bit more about getting started, and certain things that if you are getting started, things you're going to want to make sure you have, and all of that good stuff. So when we talk about getting started, there are a couple of things we want to consider. We want to consider, one, what type of equipment are we going to use? And for the most part, are we going to use a DSLR? Are we going to get started just using a DSLR that maybe we already have? Or are we going to get started with a dedicated astronomy camera, for example? Things like that. And one of the pieces, just briefly, that I want to talk about is connecting to your telescope. All right. So you bought a new telescope, you bought a refractor or something like that. I started out with a Schmidt-Cassegrain, but there are certain things you will need to get started with if you're using, say, a DSLR. So I brought out with me a couple of my DSLRs. See here, and I'll show these to you guys. So I've got, my two different Canons here. This is my Canon T3, which is more of a crop sensor, much smaller. And then you have this one here. This is the Canon 6D Mark I. This is a full frame camera sensor. So one thing when you're getting started that you will need, of course, is especially when you're doing imaging, you're doing long exposure, is you want to make sure you have one of these. Let me bring this up here. I would highly recommend you get a battery pack. If you don't have one, you would get a battery pack, and these battery packs will replace your usual battery, because if you're going to be doing long exposure, anything like that, you don't want to be replacing your battery. I mean, because if you replace your battery, you could risk bumping things or messing certain things up. So you want to get a battery pack. Yes, thank you, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to hit on that. So yeah, and they're cheap. They're only about like $20, So
yeah, they're not expensive at all. And this one has a 12-volt 2.1 female barrel. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
Okay. And I have, for example, a 12-volt Celestron. You can get, it doesn't really matter. This is just the one I have. This is a 2-amp AC DC adapter. Okay. And you would simply plug in. And then you would go ahead and plug in your dummy battery.
Just so everybody knows, also with the dummy batteries, they also make the dummy batteries with a USB end, where you can plug it right into your ASI Air for power, or you can plug it into a computer for power. So if you have if you don't have the AC around, you could use the USB power as well.
There you go. That's good to know. That is very true. So here we have this ready to be plugged in, or you can plug it into your ASI Air that can supply power, or your Pegasus power box.
Sure.
Whatever you necessarily may have, that would be more convenient for you. You can even use. I have my my battery, my 12-volt battery, carry along battery that I have. So that's one thing you'll need, and to need to consider, of course, is power. Next thing you'll need to do is, you'll need to connect. You need to connect it to your telescope, for example. So we'll take this off. So what we have here is called a T-ring. And you have different sizes, you have different types basically for the type of brand of camera you have, be it Canon, Nikon, or Sony, Pentax, what have you. You would need one of these to basically connect your camera, to your telescope, right? So you'll want to have that. And before I actually do that, I think it'll be a little bit easier for me to demo on the back, I'm going to use my flattener here as to test, just to demonstrate. So imagine this is the back of your telescope, and then we got things happening, but this is the back of your telescope, right? So you have this. Now you'll want for most settings, for pretty much, I don't know if it's a standard rule, but for a lot of your refractors that we have nowadays, say like William Optics, Skywatcher, top, whatever, you're gonna need to know your back focus. Your back focus is very, very important to have to connect. So when you're connecting your camera to the back of your telescope, you can achieve proper focus, right? Now, with my refractors and quite a few others, maybe like Explore Scientific and others, the usual back focus is 55 millimeters, right? So here, I am going to take off the end of, unscrew my flattener here. And just imagine if this is the back of your telescope, you'll have your T-ring. And usually these are like 48 millimeter, M48.
Yep.
You'll
Well, they also have,
screw
just
that
be
on.
careful when you have that, because they got M42, M48, and wide too. So you got a couple of different types of things that and just to hit on your point, because you hit on it earlier about the different types of T-rings, right? So
Yes.
you need to be very, very sure. Some people aren't as, you would think that a lot of people know what brand camera they have. You'd be surprised how many of them don't. So just go out there, because the bayonet, which is the side of the camera that connects to the T-mount or T-ring, whichever you desire, they are completely different in the spacing of where it latches in. So whether you have a Sony, a Nikon, like a Pentax, Canon, whatever you have, Olympus, you need to make sure that you get the T-mount specified for you. And even I think Sony has 2 or 3 different types of mounts that you need to have. Make sure you got the E mount, and you got, there's another. I think there's an N mount too, NEX mount. So there's a couple of different mounts for Sony. So you just want to make sure you get the right one for your camera, even though it's only a $30 or $25 part. You don't want to spend $25 more than you have to by getting the wrong one. So just make sure you get the right one for your camera.
Right.
But Sony's kind of the goofy one, though. Most others, it's either Nikon or Canon.
You'd be surprised how many A7 III users there are, and there are a lot of A series Sony users that are out there. That really are. They're usually portrait photographers turned astronomers, kind of. Because they're really professional grade studio cameras that a lot of people use because they're mirrorless, right? and the resolution of them is ridiculous. So just be careful also with Sony if you're dealing with acquisition using software. So if you're using if you're just doing a picture and you're not using Nina whatever, and you're using a shutter switch, you're fine. But if you're using, just make sure they have the drivers. Sony's been kind of flunky with getting their APKs out to developers in order to use their newer cameras with Nina and or the ASI Air, or I'm sorry, not the ASI Air, but Nina and Voyager and anything with ASCOM. It's been tough. So just make sure that the drivers are available for that camera before you sit there and try and attach it to a telescope and it doesn't work.
Yeah, those are really good points, and I should have touched on those as well because
that's okay. Right. And you know what, I may have jumped the gun a little bit. So
no,
if I did, I apologize.
You actually you didn't, because you want to make sure before you even get started that you have the proper software and that you're testing maybe a couple of things like testing yours. If you're using a laptop, you're connecting everything through a laptop, that everything is going to be working before you get out there and start connecting things and getting things set up for anything. So where was I? So here we have, I've taken off the cover of my full frame camera. And so what you'll do is simply, just like if you're connecting this to a lens, you'll go ahead and let's see here, and lock this guy in. And there we go. And now you're connected. And with this setup, with this type of setup, with this particular type of telescope, my William Optics, and like I said, a lot of the norms are, as far as back focus, is 55 millimeter back focus, right? So with this setup, because of the distance between the glass and to the sensor, you are actually at 55 millimeters back focus. So this is really all you need. So, and so this is what I wanted to share that, but if you're using a dedicated astronomy camera, most of them you'll get spacers, the proper spacers, and you can even look up the instructions from those manufacturers like the ZWO, for example. You will look up and it will basically tell you the spacers you will need, all right? And you will use those spacers to connect your dedicated Astro camera and screw that onto the back of your telescope to go ahead and get started. So just a little FYI there on that. So that's really what I wanted to share kind of quickly as far as, the getting started newbie type stuff, newbie tips. I mean, a lot of us already here, we already know this, a lot of people already in the chat, they already know it. But if you are getting started, this is one of the minor basic things that I wanted just to share rather quickly. We got for 20 minutes just to share how to actually get things connected initially.
Yeah, and let's go one step further with that, and let's even tag on to this a little bit. And maybe I missed it. I got an email and I kind of wasn't paying attention for a second. If you said it, let me know. But also, in addition to the T ring, you may possibly need what's called a T adapter as well. And basically what that does is it screws on to that T ring, and it has a nose piece at the end where there you go. So
this is
close.
This is one for Schmidt Castle.
That's the one for the Schmidt, but the one that I'm looking at, it actually has the 1 1/4 inch nose piece in it, where you actually could then take the camera and put it into the back of that, the back of what you
slide
have.
it into your,
Yeah, you slide it into that other
Yeah.
Celestron T mount, and then you would crank that down so you can point it through. But
Gotcha.
can someone link the critique folder again? Yes, I can. I can do that. And just so everybody knows, do I have it? I know he sent it. Do I have it? So Newman sent me the picture of what was sent. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. But I'll send it when I put it back up. But yeah, so you take that and you just slide it back in the back, and then you're able to take pictures through your the back of your Schmidt or anything that has the back of your refractor, whatever
Right.
you want to do. So it's real important to make sure if you don't plan on screwing the whole camera onto the back of your scope, to have that nose piece adapter in order for you to get into your image train.
So that's basically one little newbie 101 thing that we wanted to get out there. Just the very basic. This is a very, very basic thing. But to Dan's point, you want to make sure that you have the proper software drivers for your camera. Okay, you want to have those installed onto, and you may already have them installed, maybe onto your laptop if you're already using that laptop for photography and to connect your camera to that laptop. Those may already be on there, but you want to make sure you have those on there. And will you need necessarily the ASCOM framework?
Oh, for the actual platform, if you're running an
Yes.
ASCOM driver, yeah, you're going to need that.
Yeah.
Now, is that necessary for a DSLR? Are those are the DSLRs?
Depends on what software I think you're using.
If
Okay.
you're going to need some sort of connector, like if you're using Nina, you will need the ASCOM driver to run. Now, if you're using Backyard EOS or Backyard Nikon, you won't need it.
Right.
It's all built in based on that
Proprietary,
camera.
yeah.
So it's all, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Dave. It's a proprietary software that's has all those drivers built in. So it's not necessarily working on the ASCOM, it's working on the Windows drivers that they have for it. But that being said, if you're using anything outside the random, like even Stellarium or Voyager or the Sky, if you're using anything like that that's going to be connecting to your camera, you need to have a platform that is able to talk from the camera to the software that you're using.
I think APT does too have proprietary drivers for a lot of DSLRs too.
Do they? Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Okay,
because I think when I first started, I was using APT and my Canon 60D, and I don't remember if I was using the ASCOM or if it was actual proprietary.
Okay, so that's a good thing to know. So I mean, you really got to know which software you're using and what connects to what. With the exception of backyard software or apparently APT, you're probably going to be using the ASCOM driver set for it, and then and at that point you'll have to get the whatever it is now 6.4 or 6.6 ASCOM platform to run the drivers.
Norm just brought up something that's quite a good comment, because we're what, 2 months away from the eclipse.
Yep.
And if you are getting prepared for the eclipse and you're going to use your camera, like your DSLR, one question is that one company said was you can use the a lot of these backyard EOS software to run a sequence for the eclipse, which is really cool. Okay. Another thing is, you want to make sure that you are using maybe a solar filter over your lens. You definitely want to make sure of that. But when it comes to lenses, what is a recommended size lens for shooting the eclipse? If you want to get a nice, region, you want to get a nice region of interest that centers in on the sun and everything in that eclipse. Would you say 50 millimeter something, or if you have a zoom, maybe if you have a zoom, maybe going up to 70, 75 millimeter? What would your thoughts be? Norm says 600 to 1,000. Okay.
Ooh,
Wow, that's really close up.
yeah. I mean, I did the last one with my 952, the 127 that Dave has actually. And let me tell you something. I wish I had something a lot shorter, because I almost got none, zero. I don't think I got one iota of Corona on it, because it just was too, I wasn't able to grab it. So, because it literally almost fit it would just barely fit the whole sun in the field of view. Let's take a look and see. And I'm gonna bring up what is it? Astronomy.tools.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me see. I'll get a field of view chart, right? And we're just gonna do solar system and the sun, and I'll share this. And let me add, let's get rid of the names. And then let's get 19 in there. We'll do this real quick. Layers. And 19, there we go. There's Dave. There you go. Hey, Dave, you're back. All right. So, all right, and Eric's gone. There goes Eric. Oh,
no,
he's back.
I'm back.
Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
was just grabbing the lens.
So let's grab the sun,
Here.
and we'll start what I was talking about, and we'll go right to the Explore Scientific 127. So let's just go to that. Explore Science, not the AR. Let's see. Explore Scientific 127 ED, 952 millimeters, which is what I was shooting at. And we're going to actually go into imaging mode. And I think what I was using at the time was my 26 or my ode 2600. So 2600. So when I go and I add this to the field of view, and you'll take a look and see, look how actually the sun's bigger than that. I don't care what they're saying. The sun's bigger than that. And it was kind of annoying to me. So now that to be said, I'm thinking about taking my ASCAR FRA 400 for the next one. And so if I go to the ASCAR, same camera I'm going to be using, FRA 400, we'll add that to the view. And now you got the yellow is the ASCAR, right? Now you have a lot of extra room for Corona. So I would say probably somewhere from, and it really depends on the art, what you want to do. Do you want to get the mountains behind, and do you want to get all this kind of stuff? So it really depends what you're going for, right? So, this is what I'm going for. I'm just going for a nice wide field of view with the sun. And I would rather have the space and crop in if I have to than not have the space and be too tight. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong way. Tell me what you think in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking. You're thinking everywhere. So, because I'd like to know what everybody thinks. But because that's what I'm thinking about going with.
Yeah, so basically, they're saying something like this guy, which is a 300. Yeah. This is a 75 300. Is probably going to be too small.
Well, what I'll do is offline. I'll add a. We'll just change it manually to a 300 millimeter, and I'll add that to the view. All right, and then when you look at it, right now, the 300 millimeter is the green. Now, depending on what you want, if you want trees down here and stuff like that and something cool in the background, you may want that wide field of view. I don't know. But if you're not using a 2600 as well, which you won't be, you're going to be, well, no, you'll be using an APS-C, so it's the same size chip, you know. So
yeah, see, for me, I'll probably use my 6D, for example.
your 1600.
No, my 6D.
60.
Oh, your
My
60s,
Canon
but that's an
6D.
APS-C. Oh, that's a full frame.
No,
So
it's a full frame.
that's even going to be bigger than that. So let's change this, right?
So I'm probably going to need to go.
Let's change
like
this to the 6200, which is a full frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're at the blue. So again, depending on what you want, there's the sun and there's the blue. So that would be good for if you want to get some background ambiance, some little kind of, maybe there's something cool in the background you want, and you get the solar eclipse in the background. That may be something that you want. But if you just want the eclipse and some corona, I would say somewhere between this with an APS-C chip, there's both 300 to 500, I would say, would be the max I would go. And that's a personal preference. So you would need to decide as the artist what you're going for. And this is a good question to ask Alan Freeman when he's on what is it, 5 weeks from now when he comes on.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Nice. Okay, so let me take a look here. Do we want to go ahead and
Nikon Jack sent in an eclipse picture.
An eclipse?
Let's see. Okay. Last modified.
Is a 294 MC too small for an Edge HD?
Is what?
An Edge for a C14 is a 290. Can you tell me, Rafa Various was asking, can you tell me if a 294 MC is too small for a C14 Edge? So,
or the eclipse?
No, I guess maybe just in general.
Well, that would be actually under. Well, are you talking about sampling rates?
Over sampled.
Yeah, because so you're definitely gonna have to bin on that. Let's see. So if we go to CCD suitability and I just do a C14. Where's the C14? 11.
Well, 294C, that's at 400, 460 something, 46. What is it?
Here, okay. I just
2.315, so it's 4.65, 4.63 micron.
Yeah, and then if you're binning,
yeah. So 4.63. If he's binning 2x2, man,
if you're binning 2x2, you're getting close. You're getting like over 9.
Still over. So you're gonna have to bin to 3x3 to get like decent sampling.
Really?
Yeah. So decent 3x3 will get you in okay seeing to 0.73 arc seconds per pixel. So
now if you're using a reducer,
so if I show you it real quick, here's your C14. Now this is without a reducer as well. So if you're using a reducer, the 0.7 is pretty standard. You could probably get away with you get away with 2x2 with the reducer. But that still only gets you to 0.7 arc seconds per pixel. So you're right on the you'll be fine.
You're right on the edge.
You're right on the edge because this goes to 0.67. 0.67 is now oversampling. So you'll start to see bloated stars at 0.67 or lower than that.
How do you bin the one-shot color camera? You're gonna do it in software.
Yep.
Okay. You'll do it in software. Either be it Nina, ASI Air, you'll actually do it within software.
So if you're using Nina, just set your binning to 2x2. And you do lose a little resolution on it, just so you know. You do lose a little bit. Now you could upsample eventually when you're done, but
now a lot of times you see people they do with the big telescopes like that, the C14s and stuff. They're doing planetary.
Yeah.
With a tiny chip that's, but I guess because you're doing video,
well, you're cropping that down.
oversampling.
Yeah, you're cropping that down to a region of interest, wherever that region of interest is. You know, so in order to get the frame rate, and remember, do you really need to bin when you're doing planetary, when you're taking video and doing a region of interest?
Yeah, when you're doing high-speed video, I guess you really don't, right?
You really don't.
You don't really have to worry about sampling when you're doing high-speed video.
But in all fairness, you know, that's why like things like the Apollo Max Pro came out at what 9.6 micron pixels for those planetary imagers that don't want to bin and get that native resolution. So, and it's cool, which is even pretty cool. So, I was asked to share a picture real quick from Nikon Jax because I missed the last one. I apologize, but this is a picture that she took of the 2017 eclipse. And Jax, can you tell me what some stats are on this picture? Because I'd like to know. I want to say that's about an 800 millimeter scope, somewhere around there. Let me know.
That's awesome.
Nico.
So
get out.
Yeah, so great picture of the 2017 eclipse. So just Jackie, let me know what you got there.
Yes. Gideon also said he uploaded some pictures we could critique too. So
let's see. Get this back. Okay.
So so Rafa said he was not using a reducer.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's always going to be really hard, Rafa, you know, with that setup because you have such a long focal length, you're not going to see a lot of stars in order to plate solve. That is going to be very difficult.
Yep. Agreed. Now this picture of the eclipse that we just saw is with a 500 millimeter lens. So remember what we were talking about regarding corona. You want to be out far and look at how far. I mean, if you take a look at how far the corona comes out. I mean, it literally, this is a 500 millimeter lens. Look at how far the corona comes out. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have enough. If you're at a 927, like I was at, or 952, apologies. Oh my God, that's almost 2 times the size of this. It literally just comes like this. You know, I'm sorry, just like this. You know, just around like this. And that's all I got. That's why I got no corona on the last one. That's why I'm going to be taking my FRA 400 with me. And just
Jackie said that was 9 shots stacked, and that's a D500. Is a D500 a crop or a full frame? Just out of curiosity, because I'm not familiar with Nikon cameras, so let me know, Jackie, if that was a full frame or a crop sensor. And she didn't crop it, and so that was a crop sensor. The D500 is a crop sensor, but she was using a tripod.
I was just looking it up. Even though, let's see, we got some more pictures in the critique folder. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a bunch. It's G Meyer. Here we go. We got
here's all his.
Yeah, we got a 6-time picture of the week winner for 2023.
And last week's winner.
Geez, there you go. I know Dave hates that.
He's just showing off.
All right, here we go. Here is one of Greg's eclipse pictures. It's one. That's two. And I think it's on the other side. That's three.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so Greg,
Wow.
let me know how you got all that aurora out. What was your exposure time? And Jax, chime in too. I mean, literally, it's totally blacked out. I mean, you just timed that
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You could see the wave bubbles of the prominences here, and I'm sure there's one here too.
It's pretty wicked cool.
That is crazy cool.
They're all good. They're all good. All these shots.
Yeah. Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be like Greg.
Same.
Telling you, man, it's crazy. These pictures are crazy. So,
Yeah, they're amazing.
Greg, let me know again, Jax. What exposures are you using to grab that corona? Because they're both really, really good. So.
Yeah, that was taken, and Greg, yours was taken with a 600 mil. Okay.
It's a 600. Okay.
600 millimeter at f6.3, ISO 250.
1/5000 of a second.
It's a 1/15th of a second. Stacked about 6 shots. Now, for something like that, when you mentioned stacking, was that stacking pics inside, or was it stacking the Registacks, or was it stacked with a different piece of software? Just curious.
F8, 1/400th to 1/30th, 1/4000th. I thought 400 seemed a little
Photoshop layers. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stack it in Photoshop.
Photoshop. Nice. Both of them stacked in
Both
Photoshop.
of them stacked in Photoshop. Okay.
Nice.
No, those are some great photos. So thank you for sharing those.
So my friend had to, on a personal, my friend had to put her doggy to bed yesterday. So I'm getting text messages back and forth about the dreadfulness of putting a dog down. So if I but
to the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, I said, and my wife said the same thing. I said, Rainbow Bridge, isn't that in Canada?
Well, I guess they have one there.
They do.
So. They do have. Yeah, I didn't know that. But
Rainbow.
Gideon said he just dropped a few pictures in as well. So we're going to hop over to their critique folder, and then what we're going to do is right after those, we'll take a break from the critiques, and we want to go ahead and share the constellation information.
Yes, sir.
Constellation.
Yep, absolutely.
He says, not of an eclipse, though. We don't have those here in Europe.
Lies. I don't see any new pics in there. Let me see. Hold on. You guys making new folders? Stop making new folders. What are you doing? I don't see any new pictures in the critique imaging. All right. So let's move it on up. Move it on down. Move it. Get the constellations going. How about that? So I went first last time. So Eric, I guess you're up.
Oh, okay. Cool. No problem.
It's nice.
There's a few things here, and let me share
No
my
problem.
screen.
So just in case we got some new people on the show on Friday nights, we like to go over constellations. So we've been doing it for, I don't know. I think we're up to about 40 constellations now. We're about halfway. So and we don't discriminate. So we do one in the north and one in the south. So maybe if you're so inclined in the south that you see an object that you like, perhaps maybe you go to an eye telescope or a telescope live and go get some data and process it, because some of the things, unless you travel to Chile, you're not going to be able to get. And I gotta say a shout out to Richard Wright and Bill Caspi. They are down at Winter Star Party right now in the Keys. So I want to say shout out to those guys. So, yeah.
Down in Florida.
Yep. Florida.
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 Flow-Rida.
And let's go here.
Right, and let me make Eric a little bigger. There you go. What happened? Hold on a second. Let me get
And
the other
Leon's one. Getting larger.
I did that last time. I'll do it again. There you go. Zoom wide.
Well, you just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
You sure? Everything look good?
Everything's good.
All right. So we're going to talk about constellation Camelo Pardalis.
That was pretty good, Eric. I think you got it.
Pardalis.
Camelo Pardalis. I think you got it. Camelo Pardalis.
Yeah, Camelo Pardalis. Try to say that 5 times real fast. So
thank you. I'll pass. Thanks.
All right. So Camelo Pardalis is Latin for giraffe. Camelo, it is located in the second quadrant of the northern hemisphere, that is in Q2, and it occupies 757 square degrees, making it the 18th largest constellation in the night sky. So it is a newer created constellation. It is not one that was cataloged by Ptolemy in the 2nd century. This was actually created by Dutch astronomer Petrus Planicus and documented by a German astronomer, Jacob Bartsch, in 1624. So there are no Greek myths associated with this constellation. So I'm not going to bore you with any Greek myth stories. But it is in the Ursa Major or Big Bear constellation family. So if you can see here, you have Ursa Major, Lynx, Auriga, Perseus, Cassiopeia, Draco, the Little Bear, Ursa Minor, and Cepheus. So, and you have the giraffe right there in between all of them, in the middle of all of them. So the genitive form that's used in the star names is just the same name as the constellation, Camelo Pardalis. And its abbreviation is CAM. Now, one of the things about this constellation, it is a large constellation. However, it's also a faint constellation. It's a quite faint constellation. There are no stars in this constellation brighter than 4.0 magnitude.
Wow. And
its brightest star, Beta Camelo Pardalis, is only a magnitude of 4.03. And that's a binary star. It's a double. It's a binary star system. So that's kind of like a variable magnitude. There are no Messier objects in the constellation. Only 3 stars have planets in their systems, and there's only 1 meteor shower in the fall, the October Cameo Pardalis.
So what we're told in the chat, the actual pronunciation of it is Camelo Pardalis.
Camelo Pardalis.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Camelo.
Thank you. We could always use some pronunciation lessons. Thank you.
Yes.
I
Especially
think I would
when
go with Camelo.
especially when the one that looks like a camel looks like a giraffe. So especially that's
Yeah. So Camelo. Okay, so here is our first image.
Beautiful. Is that triangular?
This is NGC 2403. It is an intermediate
just like
spiral
triangle.
galaxy. And this was taken by Ray of, if you are familiar with Ray from Ray's astrophotography, he took this image. It was taken with his Celestron Rasa 11 and a ZWO ASI 71 MC Pro.
old camera.
Yeah. Yes, that's a much older camera. Yes. That system was mounted on his Celestron CGX, and he just used a UVIR cut filter, a battery UVIR cut, to take this image. And not a lot of time, only 48 frames at 3 minutes or 180 seconds long. So with a total integration of just over 2 hours, 2 hours, 24 minutes, almost 2.5 hours. Okay, now this one is a really cool one. This is Kemble's Cascade, which is an asterism. Yep. And beside it to the left is NGC 1502, which is an open star cluster. So as you can see, you have the star cluster here, and you have the asterism, and it's making basically almost like a straight line.
Yep.
And that's Kemble's Cascade. This was taken by Frank Brslowski, and this was taken with a TOC Epsilon 130D with a ZWO ASI 294 MC Pro. And he used a 10 micron, not micron, but micron, GM 3000. He also used a batter UVR cut filter for this image. And this was a bit longer, 315 frames at 120 seconds each for a total of 10 hours and 30 minutes.
Wow. And
this one actually won AstroBand Image of the Day back in September 30th of 2022.
Those colors are phenomenal.
Yeah. Now,
yes,
I also noticed that he's got some star streaks, star spikes on it. But
yes. He's got some diffraction spikes
yep.
on some of the brighter stars here.
Yep.
Yes.
I love those episodes.
All right, our next
are awesome.
Our next one this is a reflection nebula. VDB 14 and 15. There are two of them here. This was taken by Bernhard Zimmermann with a Skywatcher 150, 750 millimeter Newtonian. And he used a Canon 60D rather, DA, which is, I believe, like a dedicated astronomy camera.
Yeah, it was their one and only one that they came out with, I guess about, 9-10 years ago, something like that.
I have a 60D that I modified myself. So
yeah, they came out with the 60DA on their own, and they quickly got out of the astronomy camera business.
And I don't know, that's a big typo. It's not a Celestron, but it is a Skywatcher HEQ5 Pro.
You're not far off the mark. It's fine.
Yeah, Celestron Skywatcher, you're kind of close. And this was also with a battery UVR cut. This was 65 300-second frames, and the total integration was 5 hours and 25 minutes. This is one that I think really cool.
Whoa.
Check this out. This is incredible. This was actually called Thor's Lightning. And
cool.
This is Thor's Lightning SNR G150.3, 4 and 4.5. And batter, or not say batter, but Bernard 11, Dark Nebula. This Dark Nebulosity here. This Dark Nebula here. This is actually a collaboration by Nicholas Martino, Marcel Dreschler, Xavier Strautner, and Jan Sainty, and this was used with two different Takahashis, an FSQ 106 and an FSQ 85.
It's got to be a lot of time putting this.
This was they used two ZWO cameras, a 2400 MC Pro and a 2600 mono on and they were both on EQ6Rs. They used an Enlia 3 nanometer 03 with the monochrome and the Optilong L Ultimate for the one-shot color camera. And with the 03, 60 frames at 600 seconds, the L Ultimate 83 frames at 600 seconds. So for a total of 46 hours, 15 minutes.
Oh,
so yeah,
wow.
They put in some work on this stuff.
That would take me a year.
Does it say where from what's kind of location?
Actually, I did not take a look at that because I was just amazed by this, but it did win last year in May 15th, AstroBin Image of the Day.
Picture of the day.
And well deserved.
That is awesome.
Sick image.
That is cool.
And yes. So this is a image that you can get out of,
50 hours.
46 hours. 50
yes,
hours.
46 hours worth of time in two different focal length Takahashis and camera. Yeah.
What's cool great. Is he's doing it with a color camera, with color cameras too.
Yeah.
He's comboing.
He mixed it
using the
color
mono
and mono.
Yeah, the majority of everything is color. The only thing that's 03 is the lightning,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
For the most part,
Yeah. Yep. So next we have the Hidden Galaxy IC342. This was taken by Thomas Richter. And this was with a GSO 8-inch F5 Newtonian and a 183 monochrome. It was ZWO 183 MM Pro and an EQ6R Pro as well. And he used the Batter LRGB filters. So with the luminance, he took 30 frames at 300 seconds, and each of the RGBs, he took 13 each, also at 300 seconds per filter. And this was a total integration of just almost 6 hours.
Wow.
5 hours, 45 minutes.
That's it. Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know why they call it the Hidden Galaxy, right?
No. Why?
Because it's hidden
by
the dust lanes of the Milky Way.
There you go.
Behind the Milky Way dust lanes. It's hard to spot, but
I did not know that. Here we have NGC 1530. This is a barred spiral galaxy. This was taken by James. He didn't leave he just James E. But this was also found on AstroBin. This was with a Celestron Edge HD11. So great, nice long focal length.
Yeah,
and a 2600 mono, same camera that I have. Nice. ZWO ASI 2600 mono. This was on a Skywatcher EQ8R Pro with Astrodon LRGB filters. And These were, the luminance was 276 frames at 120 seconds, red 72 at 60 seconds, and the green and blue were both 60 frames at 60 seconds each. And so for a total of 12 hours and 24 minutes. So, and that's it. Those are the images and about the constellation. So thank you all.
That's
Appreciate
cool.
it.
The giraffe.
I see.
And
Nice.
there's your eye. Very nice.
It's very nice.
This is very nice. Don't worry, I won't put my Borat picture up.
Don't, please.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
See, mine is going to take about 2.5 minutes because we go from the, what is it, the 14th largest?
18th.
18th largest?
18th.
To the 4th smallest. So
It's a tiny
wow.
one.
yeah.
It's
So
a tiny one.
You've
there
had
is
a couple of the small ones.
story
You
of my
have.
life. But yeah, so we'll wait a minute. So you know, I know that some people were putting some stuff in the critique folder.
Yeah, I put mine in there.
Let's see. So we'll go back to the critique folder. Yeah, Control V. No, not Astropod submission. All right, I got Jason Cohn, Jason Jelly. IC 1805, M31. I got a couple of Joshes. I got a lot here. What's going on here? All right, so let's see. We'll do the ones that were given tonight. Here we go. We got Jason Pellegrini. We got peanut butter jelly time here. So here we go. Here's a Jason Jelly.
Probably good.
Waiting for the Jason Jelly to come up here. And here we go. There's the Jason Jelly. Jason Pellegrini. Another nice job with those stars. These two stars here, this one here and this one here, these could be almost as bad as On Attack, these two stars.
Oh, they're tough.
They are
They're tough.
really good job controlling that. And this one as well. I mean, it's really a good job. This could leave some really, if you don't have good filters, you will see a halo like blaring at you.
My 03 and S2, big halos on that thing.
Yeah. So,
and they're the Optolongs.
Yeah, really. The 3 nanometers, huh?
And they still haloed.
Wow. Okay.
The HA seems to be fine, but the O2,
HA usually
it's not
is not
huge, but
HA usually is not
and
the
the
culprit
S2.
of halos. It is the O3 and the S2 90% of the time. But
I put RGB stars in mine, and my RGB filters are fantastic, and I never get halos with those.
But they're not as tight, so I don't expect them to have halos. You're letting a lot more stuff that kind of blends into that.
Yeah.
But this is really nice job, Jay. I mean, I love the detail. How many hours you got in this thing? This is kind of crazy, actually. Now I'm looking.
It says 4.5. Oh, he's 4.5 nanometer.
Yeah, no, I was like, there's no way 4.5 hours. You're not getting this detail over here and all this detail here in 4.5 hours.
No, hell no. 10 hours, he said.
10 hours, okay. No, it looks good. I mean, you know, it's getting hard to critique things, you know what I'm saying? Because the pictures are just getting really good. What
the way I had mine framed, I couldn't get a lot of that other stuff because it was just not feasible. So I cropped it down and just got basically the jellyfish.
Yeah. Here's another guy. There's another cone, fox fur slash.
That's an old one, isn't it? Isn't that mine?
No, this is Jason's again.
Oh wow, God, Jason, that looks amazing.
You know.
Thanks, dude.
Very similar to mine. It's uncanny.
Yep. all you gotta do is turn it 90 degrees, and it's the same picture almost.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite regions. I love the Foxfur Nebula.
I do too. I like that up there on the left, upper left. That what is it? Hubble's Variable Nebula over there.
Yeah, yep.
In that upper left. That's
And what
really
is
cool.
this over here?
Like,
this little guy. What is that?
which one?
Oh, you.
What little guy?
Let me move Dave out of the way. Dave is in the way. So hold on a second. Let me get him. Let me shrink
Dave's blocking. Dave is blocking.
Dave's gonna get some shrinkage.
Sorry, guys.
Dave, you're getting some shrinkage going on here. There you go. That guy.
He's
there
nebula blocking.
That guy right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
See that? What is
yeah,
that?
I think it's
Isn't
like
that-
planetary nebula. I think it's some kind of planetary or something.
What that is, but that's pretty cool.
That isn't that the variable?
I think you're right.
I thought
think
that
this
was
is
over on
Heinz.
the left. That's
No,
Heinz there?
I think that's the
I
variable.
think you're right, Eric.
Yeah, the variable almost looks like an arrowhead.
Yeah,
if
I think you're
wasn't
right.
mistaken.
I don't
Oh,
know.
is that right? Okay.
I don't know what this is right now.
Yeah, that is. I think that is.
But I
Hubble's
think you're
variable.
right. I think this is Heinz here. Not sure
that's
what
okay.
this is.
Yeah.
Got a shout out
Yeah,
in
but
the
that's
in the
Hubble's
chat.
variable right there on the right.
Left
on
is
the left, which one is
LBN
that?
904. It looks
Dave
like
Variable Nebula. I hear you, Tom.
that's almost like I was gonna say it's like deep vein thrombosis. It's Dave's variable.
Yeah, it's tiny. Hubble's variable is tiny.
Yeah, it's small. Yeah, I think that's this here. But all right. Another nice picture here. Let's see the next one on. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Almost out of storage. That's not good. Let's see. Anything else come on in?
Is it inside the critique? My actual. It was one the ones that Gideon was out talking about.
We did that. We did. Oh wait, no. Here it is. 1805. Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. The heart.
The heart. I if I'm gonna critique and be like the Simon Cowell of the group, I guess, because I think the stars are blanched out a little bit on this one. They're all too white blue, and I know that the stars here are not that color. I think the detail is good. I just think the stars, you need RGB stars in there or something. I think it's just a little bit too blue for everything. That's just my opinion.
Who's that one? Is that
Speaking of RGB stars
or Gideon?
With narrow, there was a recent video, I want to say by Sasha, who put out from Adam Block a formula with pixel math. It was sometime this week. I want to say early this week, or maybe even Sunday. He shared this formula for with pixel math.
To modify the narrowband stars to make them look
to
like
modify
RGB
the
stars?
narrowband stars so they look almost exactly like the RGB stars, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I saw that come across my notifications. I didn't watch the video yet.
Yeah, it was a brief video, maybe 10 minutes, and he and he shared the formula within for pixel math in the video, and he was showing where he did RGB stars and when he did the pixel math narrowband stars, and they almost are identical.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
Very much different at all. So if you check out that video, it was pretty cool. You know, pretty helpful.
I mean, I always just
to come back.
designate about an hour and a half to do RGB, and it's just for the stars.
Yep.
And I usually it's like 60-second frames, an hour and a half's worth each color. They come out great.
Mhm. Greg, if I find that link, I will post it in the chat here.
Yeah, ugly star colors. Yeah, that was back in, yeah, that's probably it. January 2020. Well, it's I believe
Yeah, it's
it's
view
this
into
one.
space. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
view into space. Let me see here.
Yeah, it's ugly, whatever. Ugly stars. Yeah, got it.
Oh, View into Space is who's that guy?
Sasha.
That's
Sasha.
the guy that was.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's that guy. I know what you're gonna say.
I don't watch his stuff.
I don't watch his stuff either.
Out of solidarity, I don't watch.
I don't watch his stuff, but since people are asking, I'll put it up.
Let me see.
Out of solidarity.
Yeah, I get you, and those of you who are watchers of the show know what we're talking about, and that's all we'll say about that because I don't want to bash anybody.
Yep.
But you know, there you
Now
go.
entering into space, that's worth watching.
And he just got congratulations to Stephen Miller over at
He didn't
Entering
get
into
married.
Space. He just got married. He just
No, he
got
Did he
married.
get married? I know her son got
didn't?
married.
No, he didn't.
It was her son.
It was her
His
son.
girlfriend's son
Well,
got married.
His
Yeah.
pictures made it look like he got married.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no. It was
And the way he
his
described those
girlfriend's
pictures
son.
made it seem like he got married. So Steve, you
I
suck,
don't think
dude.
it's going to be long for him, though.
Steve, if you're
He
watching,
better hold up.
Steve, you suck.
Hang
You
on
suck.
to that.
So,
Yeah, hang on to that.
But-
He's a cool guy. I like him.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he is.
SPCC, when you're dealing with narrowband, I've tried it to get those stars the way that they should look with SPCC, and yeah,
Didn't work.
not so much, man. It doesn't really. You need to have the data for that because it just doesn't do just doesn't do the right thing with the stars. It does the right thing with the actual color of the large scale objects, not the small so much.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dan.
Photon flux capacitor.
When are they going to come out with that, man? They came out with the communicators. They got to come out with the flux capacitor now.
I'm sure they
Oh,
will
please.
at some point, man. Just don't.
Yeah,
Just don't
it'll
know
be
when.
something I'm going to have to fix
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
So SPCC is I forget what the S stands for, but photometric color calibration. Spectrophotomic something photo calibration.
That's it, yeah.
It's something that's supposed to
Spectrophotometric.
magically fix your colors to what it compares it to what you're
Yeah.
taking a picture of and drags the picture colors over to the picture that you
I'll
took.
tell you, I've got pictures side of it. Spectrophotometric color calibration.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you.
That's reading it right out of Pix's site right there. I've got it.
So yeah, it does a white balance. It takes a look at your colors and it judges it against colors from other photos and dumps it into your picture. So it's supposed to be more betterer. But
I mean, it works well. I think it does. I like when it shows you the graph afterwards. You can see how everything's been kind of
pushed to the middle
to
line.
one end.
Yeah.
And then as long as it comes out and it's nice and smoothed out along that line, then you know, okay, it actually did something.
Yeah, exactly.
It worked.
But that's that's another way to do color calibration, pretty much. So
yeah.
there's more than one way to skin a
Yeah,
cat, and that's one of them.
He makes a very good point. You have to make sure that it is properly plate solved.
Because it uses plate saw. It uses
you
correct.
don't want to probably crop your image. You don't want to necessarily maybe crop your image, or else you could lose the astrometric solution.
You will lose.
You'll lose it.
Without a doubt.
You can, but you can go back
do
and
image solver
and resolve it.
Yeah, image solver.
So you run image solver on the picture. If perchance you want to use it and you already went through your process and you don't want to go back too far, you can just go to image solver and it'll find out where you're at. So,
and that's typically what I do, because sometimes you end up with those edges, and I don't want those edges potentially messing with the color calibration either.
Yep.
So Gideon was asking, so you do SPCC before you crop? You can. That way you don't lose the solution. But like we're saying, also you can use image solver for uncropped. Like
thank you, Gideon. another image solver video. So we're gonna have to do that. So and listen, and since we're on the tutorial, since you brought up Gideon, and this really doesn't have anything to do with tutorials.
What about copy coordinates? Will copy coordinates work?
No, it's got to solve it and put it into the fits. It's not gonna copy. You can copy it, but it won't allow you to run SPCC. It needs to be written into the header. So that being said, I'm looking for volunteers for NEEF, anybody and everybody that's out there. So if you want to come down and hang out at the table and join Eric or myself at the table and spend an hour with us and just schmooze with people and talk about AstroWorld, let me know. I'm going to be putting up a schedule. So, NEEF is NEEF, and not everybody wants to be stuck at a table all day because they want to see stuff. So, but if you're interested and you want to come and hang out and help us out, let us know. I mean, last year I know Ernie Jacobs hung out. Dave, you were there, I believe.
No, I wasn't there. I'd love to come up though, because it'd be a blast, but I've got a golf weekend that I'm doing
no excuse. That's BS. I am calling complete BS on that.
So. And then a couple weeks later, I'm going to Niagara, taking another couple days off. So
a couple weeks after that, I'm going to Sandals in the Bahamas. So I'll be going.
You ass!
Yeah. So I'll be drinking a Mai Tai. I'll send you a picture, Dave. So
you can do that. That's fine. That's fine. I'll send you a picture back too. Let you know you're number one.
Yeah, exactly. Number one in our hearts.
No, seriously, if anybody wants to come up, hit me up on the side on the Discord and just let me know if you're willing to spend an hour. I know Charlie's coming down on Saturday. My buddy Chris, who's been helping out with the website, is going to be there for tech support both days. So there's going to be people there helping out. I don't know if Jesse's coming. I'm hoping she comes again.
I'm hoping she will.
Yeah, I think she will.
Matt says he's going to be there.
We'll no, he said we'll negotiate. He said. So
he's saying, hey, support our Patreon channel. Support our Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon channel so we can fly Gideon.
Oh, Greg Meyer's going to be there. You have an expert there.
We can fly him over the Atlantic to get over here to NEEF.
There you go. All days if you just need to arrange some flights for me. Yeah, okay. Well,
if I went to NEEF, I'd end up leaving broke.
Yeah. It's kind of like Vegas. After the 2 or 3 times you've been there, the whole kind of gambling thing kind of wears off for a little bit, and then you kind of see what Vegas really has to offer. So,
you look at all this shiny stuff. Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at what happens if I pull this rod? There we go. God, what a day! What a day! So all right, so let's go into let me start up because it's 9:20 already. Oh, we're just losing daylight here.
Yeah.
or time light or video light, whatever we're doing. So, and I'm gonna blow this up because this is gonna take literally like 2 minutes because this has nothing really in it at all. So here we go. So I pull a power. Come on, where is it? 5, a 5, a 5. Come on, there we go. All right, cool. We got Circinius. I'm going to say that's the way I pronounce this one. Circinius or Circinus, maybe, if you're from Long Island. And this is based on the compass, right? So I guess circle, compass, I guess that's how it works. So that being said, we have Circinius history, right? Oh, I forgot to change that picture. Well, it was cataloged by Nicholas Louis de Lacaille in the 18th century. Okay, wonderful. It's the 32nd largest constellation. It's home to the famous X-ray source Circinius X1, not to be confused with Cygnus S1 for our Rush fans. And it also has a crazy pulsar in it that rotates it makes a full revolution every 7 hours. Ridiculous, going stupid fast. Okay. Unlike Eric's, we do have some stars brighter than him. There's no stars brighter than Mag 3. Really dim thing. And listen, this is not Circinius. I forgot to change that picture, so just so everyone knows. It's the fourth smallest constellation. It's 85th in size. Now, we always talk, I haven't looked into this, right? Originally, I want to know what the 89th constellation is because we always talk about the 88 Ptolemaic constellations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's 89? I got to figure that out. I will come back to everybody on Wednesday with that answer because I don't know. Okay. No Messier objects, which is not surprising for a southern constellation. 2 stars with known planets and 1 meteor shower, which is the Alpha Circinids, peaking on June 4th. What?
Herconids. It's pronounced Herconids.
Herconids.
Yes, K instead of C.
K.
Instead of the C sound, it's the K sound.
It's like the fake crab, right? Crab with a K, right? So. Yeah. All right. So, Hercules mythology, right? Well. All right. Now I grabbed this picture for a reason. All right. So what time of day would you say this picture is taken? What time of day would you say this picture is taken if you were just looking at it?
I would guess like
I'll make it easy. Mid-afternoon. Okay. So if it's mid-afternoon, heading towards sunset, maybe, somewhere around there. I look at it as a sunset, right? So if it's sunset, right? And that's the shadow of the clock.
What hemisphere?
Well, I'm going to say it's the north because that's where I live. Right. Even if it's the north or the south, it doesn't matter. So if that's where the shadow is and it's heading towards sunset, right? Where does the sun set?
For us in the southeast or southwest, I mean.
Southwest, right? So if it's sunset, where's the compass pointing?
Yeah. So it's
headed northeast, right? So this guy's really lost. So
like northeast.
Yeah, so there is not one bit of mythology that has to do with this constellation. Nobody cares. Everyone gets lost, including this guy. So there's nothing there. All right, there's literally not one sliver of a story about it. And somebody said that this looks like a compass, and it looks like, if you remember what it looks like from the first, not that one. if you remember what it looks like in the first image, that's what this person said looked like a compass. So now, if we're talking about those compasses that they used on ships and draw circles and that kind of stuff, maybe I could see that, but definitely doesn't look like a directional compass that we know of today. So that being said, so nobody cares about Harkness. Nobody cares. Look at this guy. He's lost. He's lost. He doesn't know what to do. So Circus pick number one. Well, I kind of liked this picture, even though that the whatchamacallit, the open cluster that I'm talking about is right here. So that is NGC 5823, otherwise known as Caldwell 88. That's this little open cluster right here. But I like the whole wide field, so I picked this image here. It's an open cluster. It's 800 million years old. Discovered by James Dunlop in 1826. It was taken with the Vixen ED80. Small scope, right? 3 inches. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
With a 294, 5 hours of time. Taken by Claudio Tenrerio. He's from Chile, though. And then we got this picture. Now, this is an interesting picture. Okay, this is it's called the Pismis 20 region. Okay, now the Pismis 20 is a very small part of this picture. And if you come on over, I don't know if you can see my, what?
You want to move our photos out, our pictures out of the way, or turn them somewhere else? So that way we
put them along the bottom or something.
Maybe put it on the bottom, yeah.
Dave, Pan Y, there we go. Put you down here. There you go. And then Eric, and we'll put Eric down and over. And we'll put you all the way over. There you go. Go like that. There we go. All right. So Pismis 20 is actually a super small part of this picture. And Pismis 20 is this little bit. Can you see my arrow here? Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit.
This little cluster, that's it. That's all Pismis 20
top,
is.
Almost at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. This little cluster right here. So now if you zoom in on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen for a second. Let me get out of this real quick. And escape. And I'm going to share this. I think I saved it here. Maybe not. AstroBin. And I know which picture it is. So give me 1 second. I thought I had it all set up. Pismis 20. And here's the picture. And now if we zoom in on this picture, right? And we zoom in on Pismis 20, which is right here where it says CXCIR, which is this guy right here. And you can see how many stars are in there. See how many stars are in that little cluster? You got, it looks like a little X of stars and then a whole bunch of stars in here. So there's really a lot of stars in there. It's like nice little cluster in there. And there's a bunch of nice nebulosity down in the south over here where it says CWCIR, that bright star. And this is Beta's Carinus, or what, I forgot his name, but whatever.
Kirkinus.
Thank you, Kirkinus. Okay, but it was a nice field, nice star field. I thought this was. I thought it was really nice. Okay, so going back, and let's see, go back to F5. There we go. And come on. Nobody gets lost. There we go. And the last one, okay, so this is the dense cluster. This is only 5 million years old. Another ED80. It's the same guy, Claude. 9 hours, Claudio Tenrerio from Chile. And that's it. That's all that's there. That's all that's there.
That's it.
That's all that's there. So There was one thing that was actually pretty cool that I thought was in this constellation.
Mhm.
And whoever gets Puppis is going to like this, because in Puppis there's this reflection nebula called the Hand of God, right? It's C4, I think it's called Caldwell 4. And it looks like a claw that's going to eat a galaxy. And it really looks cool. If I could grab the picture of it real quick to show you what it is, because I thought it was a really cool image, because I've never seen it. Hand of God. Let's see. So, why is my computer moving so slow?
So again, it's telling us it's Pismis. Pismis, and it's
Bismuth
also
honey.
known as the Maradona or Maradona Nebula or Maradona Nebula. The Maradona.
Okay.
It's Christmas in July.
We will just call it the Lady Madonna. That's what we'll call it.
Maradona.
But
So I found out what the 89th constellation is.
You did. What is it?
So it says, although there are only 88 IAU constellations, the sky is actually divided into 89 irregular shaped boxes, as the constellation Serpens is split into two separate sections. Serpens Caput, the snake's head, to the west, and Serpens Cauda, the snake's tail, to the east.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's wrapped around Ophiuchus, if I remember right. If it's wrapped around Ophiuchus, and Ophiuchus was holding the snake.
Right.
And it wraps around his back, and he's in the middle of Serpens, because I did Serpens Cauda already.
It's split into two. And you did that one, right, Eric?
I did. No, I did that one.
No.
Oh, you did that.
Dan did.
Okay.
But here's the Hand of God. And if you take a look at it, this is kind of cool.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay. All right. I kind of get it. You were saying that, the hand of God. Yes, I'm truly American. When it comes to football, Gideon, I am truly American. We don't call it football. I know you guys call it football. We call it soccer because we have our own. We have our own. But yes, Carol, yes, this looks like a worm.
It looks like the thing coming out to capture the Millennium Falcon out of the asteroid.
Oh, yeah, remember that?
There's the Millennium Falcon trying to get away.
But
that reminds me of a worm from Arrakis.
I'm gonna date myself. Maybe it's not so much for Dave, but I'm gonna date myself. This kind of reminds me of the original Star Trek, the Doomsday Machine. Kind of reminds me of
really?
that. If you've seen the Doomsday Machine, let's see, the Doomsday Machine, Star Trek, right? There you go.
Yeah, Jason was just saying the same thing. He was saying it looks like the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you take, here you go, here it is. That's the Doomsday Machine, and it kind of looks like it a little bit. So,
okay.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Commander Decker committed suicide and tried to kill it from the inside, and I don't know how, but Stephen Decker his son became captain of the Enterprise for a short stint, if you wanted to know that. And then he turned everybody into Borg, and it was all over from there. So that being said,
everybody into Borg.
Oh, you don't know that theory, do you?
Well, I thought Decker. What do you call it?
The gold count if you touch with his hands.
I thought Decker fused with V'ger.
He fused with V'ger and the human part of Ilea, right?
Correct, yeah.
And the theory is that in the fusion of those two, of machine and man, the Borg were released into the galaxy. So,
grand. Oh, God.
So
You're digging too deep there.
oh, my hole goes so deep.
Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. The power of Christ compels you. Take it out. Oh my.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
What are you gonna do?
I had the
What are you
perfect
gonna do?
response to that, but I refrained. So
Oh.
Listen, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. So this is what we do.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Oh, well, hey, we talk about the. Hey, listen, you guys took it the wrong way. I was just talking about the astrophotography rabbit hole. I don't know what you were
just
talking
the
about.
way you said it.
You guys,
It's all about the delivery.
You guys,
It's all about the
changed.
delivery.
You know, we always talk about it's the artist's choice. Yeah, well, that was your choice. So
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh my God.
absolutely. But
Jackie, Dark Nebula.
Oh my
we
Lord.
coming back around to Neve. That's funny.
Wow, that was wonderful.
That was good. That was good.
Great.
Hey, that's got to go on the bloopers. I'm gonna have to write that one down.
Oh man, mark that one down, guys. Mark that one down.
Yeah, remember this date.
Hey, but on a serious note, if we could get back to it, we still have to do picture of the week. I think, right?
Yes, we do.
And we have to give away a Masters of Pix Insight giveaway too. So
yes, we do.
Why don't, since we're totally shot right now after that, why don't we just do that and go home? Because it's yeah, no, don't worry, I'll get a clip of that one. Don't worry, I got to write that down. It's what day? February 9th at like 9:36. So I'm gonna have to write that down.
Oh man, that was so funny.
It was almost as good as when I slammed the door on Jen during the show. She was yapping, kept on hearing me. It's before I figured out what a noise gate was. And I kept on hearing her in my monitors, and I went, shut up. Slammed the door. All right. So what do we got, Eric? You good to go? You good to go, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's catching up. So February 9th at 9:36.
Let's do this.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Eric, what do we got here?
Okay, so all right, we are going to find out who our Image of the Week winner is. Don't forget, if you would like to enter into the Image of the Week contest, all you need to do is go to astroworldweb.com/IOTW for Image of the Week. And you will see right now we have a recap, Greg Myers, Orion composite, and you will see right here it'll pop up tomorrow, a button for you to enter your image in for next week's Image of the Week. So we have the Horseheaded Flame Nebula by Tom Peter, and Nathan Menard's Andromeda Galaxy, and there were 32 votes.
And not so bad. Not so bad. Not our best, not our worst.
Yeah. And see here, I can do a refresher. Oh, duh, I'm just misplacing. All right. Right here. It was Tom Peter.
Tom Peter.
So congratulations, Tom.
Well done, Tom. Another one to another notch in your belt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, so we got to play King of the Hill with Tom, man. I mean, you guys got to start putting some picks in there, man. 2 ain't gonna do it. We need more than 2.
Hey, I put picks in, but I always have to go up against Greg Meyer, and it never works.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And not for nothing. Greg takes good picks, but that picture, I don't know. If I saw that pick, I probably wouldn't have put my best picture in there because I knew that was going to win. It looked surreal. It looked like a sci-fi movie. It really did.
Yeah, I saw it, but I saw that nobody else was in there, so I was like, well, I'll take one for the team.
and you did. I did.
Yeah.
And you took it with grace. So I'll give you that. But let me just make sure we got all of the correct entries in for the mess, because the Masters of Pixel Insight class is going to be really good this coming Tuesday. So let me see, MOP, and we have only 34 in there. So let me just double check real quick on the website and make sure that we have all. And if you're not involved with all these giveaways, go to astroweb.com and sign up for the giveaways under giveaways. And you can go under contests and giveaways, and you can sign up for whichever ones that you wish. And I'm just going to double check to make sure I have all the entries real quick.
You know, at some point, I'm probably going to revamp the image of the week contest and make 2 of them. There'll be one for Dave, Tom and Greg, and then there's one for everybody else.
So we have 40 now.
All us normal people.
Well, it'll be like A class and AA class, so.
Yeah. And everybody else we're in the AA class.
Shoot, I'm in the C++ class, so. I was all set to give my telescope a rundown, because we were talking about it with Blur Exterminator, right? And I got so busy with AstroWorld that I couldn't get it set up. So hopefully next week it'll be a little bit better. So I just want to make sure.
So real quick, Astro Soundscape. Can we add images of the Southern Hemisphere? If you live in the Southern Hemisphere and they're your own images that you've taken, yes, you can, but nothing like Telescope Live or anything like that. But if you live in the Southern Hemisphere and you're watching us, fantastic. And if you have those,
put them in.
Yep, absolutely. Right. So here we go. So we got the Masters of Pixel Insight giveaway going on. So here we go. And there's the Wheel of Fortune here. We only have 39 people. So remember, we purged the wheel. So if you signed up for it before January 1st, you're gone. So we redid the whole wheel. We got the some new blood in there, some old blood in there, but they're current. It's current blood, not old blood. So that's what we needed. So we had some people in there that just signed up and never used them. So we purged it. So re-sign up if you have to, and we'll get you on there. So right now we got 39 entries. and this is going to be for a new Master of Pix Insight workshop, which they're doing it this Tuesday. Photons to Photos number 18. And Warren and Ron will be showing you their workflow. I think they said IC410, if I remember that area.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely take a look at it. And if you don't want to do that one, if you want to start from the beginning, you can use this voucher for any Pix Insight workshop you want. And once you sign up for that, you get it for life. So if you have an updated one, when they come back around to do it again, you get that one for free. So there you go. So here we go. Masters of Pix Insight workshop. And the winner looks like Don Walker. There you go. All right, Don, I'll get you the email out. Congrats. And you'll get an email from Pete Proul and to find out how to redeem your Masters of Pix Insight class. All righty. Rock and roll.
Donald Walker. That's a hockey name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, did you see that leg break?
I did not. Don't even tell me.
Oh, Sergachev from Tampa Bay.
Oh no.
2 places, just freak accident, but it was a freak accident. It was a hit that kind of went wrong, and he's in surgery. He's out for the season. So yeah, he's done. Dude, and it looks bad. Do you remember like years ago when the guy slid back into first base and broke his elbow backwards? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
You know, this is like 20 years ago. It looked worse than that.
Yeah, I still see Clint Malarchuk and Richard Zednick. Those were the worst I've ever seen.
I don't remember that one.
Clint Malarchuk, the goalie, when he had his carotid artery sliced.
Yeah, oh my God, that was ridiculous. That was a freak accident. Dude, his neck was sliced. There was blood all over the ice. It was.
And within seconds, there was blood all over the ice.
It was that. Now, I didn't know the names, but I remember. I'll never forget that. That was out of control. Out of control.
Oh, God, yes, Tom. Yes, Joe Theismann. Oh, my God.
And Theismann, yeah. Don't even talk about that. That's my guy. That was my team. I watched that live.
That still haunts me when I think of that highlight and I see that. Oh, man.
I guarantee he still has nightmares over that.
My God. Yeah, Joe Theismann?
He still sees Lawrence Taylor in his nightmares.
Oh, yes. God, yes.
So.
I get the, I just get the, oh, God. When I
saw that, heebie-jeebies. Yeah. That's just...
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. Hopefully you don't witness anything like that Sunday.
No, absolutely not. So.
I pray not.
All right. That was good.
So
it's about that time, everybody.
You might have luck this weekend.
With
your skies, maybe. You may have some luck.
Are you serious? It's Super Bowl Sunday weekend. There's no way I'm going to be doing any imaging on Super Bowl.
Please, dude. No. Dude, you just get out there, you start it up, you walk back in, and that's it.
I'm not going to be home. I'm not going to be home.
Oh, man.
What are you going to do?
I know. What are you going to do?
Not a darn thing. But all right. Final thoughts, peoples.
Final thoughts. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget, if you're going to enter in, I will be getting everything set up shortly for tomorrow, for our image of the week for tomorrow. Tomorrow's entries for next Friday. So don't forget to get your entries in. And just have a great weekend and hope everybody, has some clear skies and can get out there and, enjoy the game on Sunday if you're going to watch it. But I don't know.
That's awesome.
I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. and then I'm going to go through withdrawal symptoms. I'm going to go through
Yeah.
withdrawal
Yes, you are.
real bad.
Yep.
Baseball's
know
right
you.
around the corner. Socks are going to be
whatever.
important to camp before long.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a new stadium coming. They're building a new stadium for the Sox. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's much closer. It's closer. It's on the south side still, but it's in the South Loop, not far from the Sears Tower and Michigan Ave, all that stuff. It's going to be
nice.
great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Very cool. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, just thanks for having me on again. I love hanging out with you guys, especially on Fridays. So, yeah, everybody have a good weekend. Congratulations, Tom, on your image of the week. Well done.
Yep.
And enjoy the Super Bowl if you're watching, and we'll see you guys around. I'll see you on Discord for sure.
Yeah, you watch out for those, those dark, moist holes. Just letting you know.
Oh God,
Watch out for the
stay away.
Stay away. Run far away. Yeah.
Don't look now. Run.
Well, don't forget next week. Don't forget next Wednesday. We got Craig Starks coming on to talk to us about Sky Tools. Sky Tools creator is going to be on.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
I think I have Sky Tools, and
I do. I have Sky Tools 3
I just
and
never. 4. It never did anything for me, and I ended up going to PixInsight.
Well, Sky Tools is really a lot just for acquisition, kind of like a Nina type thing. You could do a little bit of process. Yeah, it's mostly, as far as I know, it's mostly for imaging, acquisition, and framing. And it also has the observers part of it, where you have a fully blown observers log, where you can put all your information, pictures, scan things in there. It's kind of cool. So that's actually the program that I use to get my Messier pin from the Astronomical League when I did that program many years ago. So
cool.
You printed it out, you sent it to a person they could go over it and see if it's legit, and you get approved for your little pin that I have. It's the only one that I did, but yeah. You could transfer the imaging session into Nina as well. Yeah, so you could do a lot of stuff to it. It's kind of, I'm looking forward to see more about its capabilities. So we'll see. So it's going to be a lot of fun having him on. And then the following week we have Bob Denny coming on about ASCOM Alpaca. So he's going to be talking to us about that. And then after that, and I think, and no promises, and I got to say thank you to Gideon on here, because he was texting me again today. It looks like Guido is looking like he is going to be interested in coming on and hanging out with us. So
cool.
So it looks like Guido
Good job, Gideon.
Yeah, so I got to say thank you to Gideon for putting me in contact with Guido, and it's going to be fun. So everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl weekend. Somebody said they have off on Monday because it's a national holiday.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not a national holiday.
It's Drunk Monday.
It's Drunk Monday for football players and football.
I'll be hungover and still at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most of us will be, but you know what? It's not. Mabula is coming. It's just a matter of when he releases 2.0 out. I don't know when this thing is coming out. It's National Puke Day, but hey, everybody, throw some stuff in the comments in the bottom if you liked. Even at 9:36, go back to the 9:36. It's probably, and go look at that. You'll get a laugh out of it. And you know what? Just a disclaimer: if you get offended easily, turn it off.
Don't watch it.
Turn it off. Don't watch it. It's going to be offensive. So just I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to put a disclaimer on the show at the 1 hour and 58 minute mark. Disclaimer: it's going to be like when you had those TV shows that said, due to the nature of this sequence, you may have horror stories if you are under the age of 18, so
May cause seizures.
yeah, it creates flashing lights and nightmarish possible sequences in your head. So, but
Or mass hysteria.
it's always a lot of fun, and that's all it is. It's fun. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I do apologize, but you know what? That's the way I am. So sorry. Anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't forget, we got Sky Tools Creator coming on next Wednesday. I'm Denny the weekend after that. And then March 20th, we have Alan Friedman coming on right before the eclipse. So it's going to be a lot of fun having all these guests. It's nice. I'm back on the horse. Pete's helping me out in the background, getting more guests again. So thank you to Pete. Thank you to everybody who's coming on. Everybody.
Oh, and before we forget, if
Okay.
you like what we're doing, do not forget, before you leave, thumbs up for the show. And if you're watching on replay, thumbs up, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing. So don't forget, appreciate that before you guys get out of here. So
And don't forget to put some stuff in the comments. If you like what we're doing, say, hey, nice informative show, or whatever you decide. Please keep it in the grounds of good taste, not like myself. Thank you for everybody. So thank you for all the Patreon members, all you subscribers on YouTube, and thank you for watching us tonight. And thank you for dealing with my really crude sense of humor. So everybody have a great night, have a great weekend, and remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Have a good night, everybody.
take care, everybody.